Jasmine, it's so nice to be with you today here in this beautiful landscape in Cannes. My name's Nate Armstrong. I work at Captiv8. We're a global creator marketing solution. I'd love to learn about your role at Instacart.
Yeah, so I am the Vice President of Consumer Marketing at Instacart. And what does that mean? I lead brand, product marketing, research and insights for the brand. Yeah.
Little secret, I looked you up.
You looked me up?
I looked you up.
Okay.
And I saw that you had quite an impressive career journey. From American Express to Uber. We also had LinkedIn in there. So these are some pretty powerful companies, powerful brands. So congratulations on that impressive track record.
Thank you.
I would love to just learn a little bit how you went about that journey and obviously how that got you to Instacart.
Yes, it's been a journey, and I've had the privilege of working for some incredible brands and had the opportunity to learn so much at every step of that journey. And so I would say when I went to business school, I didn't know who I wanted to be when I grew up. Sound familiar?
Same.
Okay. So I went,
still working on it.
Yeah, exactly. So I went to business school and fell in love with marketing because it was both like an exercise in your right and left brain.
Yes.
You can tell stories, but you're also accountable for measurement and impact. And so I fell in love with it from like an academic perspective and decided to take it on. And so I started at Amex and went through the journey. I've been in marketing for some years now. We won't say how many years that all equates to, but it's just been a journey in learning how to really build brands, drive business, and it got me to this place.
Amazing. I love that. Cool. So let's talk a little bit about Instacart, the brand. So, you guys are in a unique category, on-demand grocery, that presents certain nuances, maybe challenges, but also opportunities. So I guess, how do you navigate those moving parts, so to speak?
Yes, so absolutely. Like, we're part of the on-demand economy for sure. And I would say that it starts with having like a really clear purpose. And knowing what our differentiation is in the space, right? Like, you can't really compete unless you really understand why you're different and why consumers need you over other options. And so for us, we are the grocery experts, right? And so we talk a lot about this internally, that like groceries are personal. It's not like anything else that can come to your door. It's the fresh food that feeds your family, keeps you nourished. And so we have a very special job to deliver care. So we're not just a delivery company, we're a care company. And so we promise every consumer that we'll take care of your groceries so you're free to take care of life, right? So we know that groceries are important, they're personal, and you don't want everybody doing that for you. But there's also things that only you can do. Like for me as a mom, it's only me who can show up at ballet practice, right? Like, my daughter does not want anyone to sub in for that. But if we can do an exceptional job at your groceries and power that experience, then you can go and never miss a practice.
Amazing. So let's talk a little bit about kind of the data and tech that's kind of underneath it all. You got access to a lot of consumer behavior, I'm sure a wealth of CRM data, many other signals along the way. How does that help kind of drive a more personalized experience from a marketing standpoint or product standpoint too? But also, I'd be curious to see how that kind of plays into the brand strategy overall as well.
Yes. So I would say grocery, when we think about data, it's like in basically two vectors. There's the vector that is, it helps inform how we show up as a brand, like as a first party brand, right? So for instance, I was talking to someone earlier about trends. And so we can see trends before the trend actually happens, right? On social. We can see that everybody's buying Rice Krispies and ice cream, and then those became a Rice Krispie treat ice cream sandwich, right? So we can see the trend as it's starting to pick up. And so we can like show up at the most relevant moments. But then also when it comes to data, it helps us support our advertisers. So not only are we a first party brand, right?
That's right.
Yes, but we support over 7,000 advertisers on our platform. And so that data helps inform how they want to show up on our platform, how they want to show up off platform and drive traffic to our platform.
Got it.
And so we have products and innovations that serve CPGs, while we're also leveraging that data to bring more consumers onto the platform as well.
Amazing. And so, aside from the kind of data that's going in, there's the data that's coming out. And so when you're kind of evaluating the impact, what kind of key metrics do you look at when you're thinking about both optimization, but just overall kind of benchmarking from a performance standpoint?
Yes, so we look at quite a few metrics, but I would say that our North Star metric on like the brand marketing side is user growth. I was mentioning earlier, Instacart marketing contributes double digit to Instacart's company growth. And so it's really imperative that we keep our North Star as user acquisition. But that said, we also want to understand that the brand growing is a contributor to making that user growth efficient in the first place. So we are looking at things like everything from awareness to purchase intent as a function of how well are we doing and how well are we tracking towards that. Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. So the part that I like about this industry is the creativity, the storytelling. How do you guys go about, you have all this tech, this powerful data, all these insights, but then there's that layer on top. How do you guys go about that?
Yeah, I mean, from a insights perspective, I would say it fuels every campaign, every creative idea starts with an insight. So this summer, Instacart has a campaign currently live called The Summer of 1999. And how we got there was we started to, coming out of the Super Bowl, having worked with all of these very nostalgic, iconic CPG brands, we started to hear from consumers, both like elder millennials like myself and young Gen Zers, how connected they felt to times gone by, right? Times past. And so we came up with this idea of let's summer like it's 1999 when summer was actually summer. Remember those days?
It was probably a good summer for me, actually.
Definitely a big one for me. And so we came up with this concept and we took it a step further and we said, well, what were prices like in 1999? Turns out, according to the CPI, they were 47.2% lower than they are now.
I mean, so I'm not surprised, but yeah.
Right. So then we said, let's take it another step forward. We know that consumers love the iconic brands on our platform. So what are all those like 1999 nostalgic brands? For me, it was Capri Sun. You take the Capri Sun, you flip it over and crush it.
Smart.
It's so much about the food that you experience as part of that moment in time. And so let's take that 47.2% and give you that off those iconic brands. And so it's really fun. If you have a chance to check out the campaign, it's super nostalgic. Bring you so many smiles.
I love that. It sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I guess just to build on that, I think it's really kind of important to prioritize, or maybe better said, it's important to be very relevant from a cultural standpoint. Is there any good I guess how do you approach that, and maybe better, is there like a real life example that you could share that kind of hits that note in terms of
show up? I mean, at Instacart we talk a lot about the importance of showing up for our customers, and showing up authentically and showing up with purpose. And so one example I'll share is during the LA fires. So when I'm a Los Angeles native, actually, born and raised.
I was also born in LA.
Oh, really? And so was living there now, and was fortunate not to be impacted by the fires personally, but had lots of friends who were. And there's lots of even Instacart employees who lived in the area. And so we were thinking about how can we show up for people in this moment, and realized too that we had an innovation, a product where we were already set up to help consumers donate to food banks. It's called a community carts. It's a product we've had for quite some time now. We said, why not take that product, find out where are all the places in LA where we can bring food and supplies, set up our product for that, and invite consumers across the US to donate. And we saw so many people lean in and help. It was it's going to go down, I think, as one of the hallmarks of my marketing career, just seeing people who had probably no connection to what was happening in the city and deciding that like this is a way to help. And it even had celebrities like resharing, to donate through community carts. We didn't have to pay them anything because everyone's showing up for a purpose, like a true purpose. And it really helped, I think, us all like feel even further grounded in our promise of care.
Isn't it nice when being in the marketing and advertising industry, like you finally you see real impact.
Real impact, that changes people's lives.
My just a small little anecdote.
Tell me.
My wife's a nurse, and I'm in this industry, so like we often kind of joke that she's doing like the real impactful work, but it does bleed into our world though, and you just get a great example of that. So cool. So let's I guess just to like wrap it up, I'll ask that big question. As we're kind of dealing with the problems today, or I should say challenges and opportunities of today, and moving forward into the future, what are you most excited about?
I think there's so much to be excited about. And it's why I'm still committed to marketing as a career after all this time. But I think for Instacart in particular, one of the things that we're super excited about is the unlock we've found with partnering with other brands, and realizing that, Instacart, people love Instacart as a brand, and they love the brands that we serve. And so there are things that we can do that are just special and unique. And so we're excited about doing more of that in the future.
I love that. Love that. Well, it was so lovely to speak to you.
Same.
Fun, insightful, perfect blend of it all.
Thank you.
So, and have a great rest of the trip.
You too.
Yeah.
You too.